Dear students, very good morning. This is Professor Subramanya Bhagavat, your computer science coordinator. Welcome back to Management Engineering. Here, I was explaining you about intrapreneurs. What's an intrapreneurs? Is an emerging class found in large industrial organizations who emerge from within the confines of the large industrial organizations. Top executives are encouraged to catch hold of new ideas and convert them into products through search and development activities within the framework of the organization. Dependent doesn't bear risk business, doesn't rise funds operations from inside. Better, I will explain you the differences of entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs. So you will understand. You will try to understand what is intrapreneurs and importances, that things, all those things you are going to study. Wait for a second, I will tell you. Now, okay, wait for 2 seconds. Yeah. Now, please recall the information about entrepreneurs. What I told about entrepreneurs. Importance of entrepreneurship. What we studied. Just recall these things, types and all. Just recall. There, entrepreneurs is nothing but independent in his operations, where intrapreneurs is dependent on the entrepreneurs. Intrapreneur, wait, this is a dependent on these entrepreneurs. In entrepreneurs himself rises funds required for the organizations. Himself he rises funds, but intrapreneur he doesn't raise funds for the organizations. Entrepreneurs bear the risk involved in the business. He doesn't fully bear the risk involved in the operations. An entrepreneur operates from outside. Intrapreneur operates from inside. Intrapreneur is a manager with a company who promotes innovative products and development and marketing. Am I correct? An inside entrepreneur within a large firm, actually. Inside within a large firm. Wait. Now, next one, entrepreneur versus manager. Entrepreneur versus manager. Before that, entrepreneurship necessity also I will tell you. The best way to retain a talented staff. Otherwise, most of them will just quit and develop these ideas in their own. It will be win-to-win situation for the both organizations and talented employees. Entrepreneurship necessities. Visionary leaders are the one who have dreams, overcome obstacles to achieve it by selling the dreams of others. Google's entrepreneurship program, okay, that all these things, okay, comes under entrepreneurs. Now, entrepreneur and manager. The main motive of an entrepreneur is start a venture for his personal gratifications. Manager's main motive of manager is to render services in an enterprise already set by someone else. Next one is entrepreneur is a owner, while manager is a servant. Entrepreneur is assumes a risk and uncertainty. Manager doesn't bear any risk involved in enterprise. Profits which are highly uncertain and not fixed in entrepreneur, where manager's salary is certain and fixed. Entrepreneur himself thinks over what and how to produce goods to meet the changing needs of the customer. Hence, that acts okay as the owner, but where manager is simply executes a plan prepared by the entrepreneur, because financially okay is not responsible actually. Next, stages in the development of entrepreneurial process. What are the stages available? Let me tell you. First one is perceiving, identifying opportunity, evaluating opportunity. Their description of product. What is that product? Agreement of opportunities, assessment of entrepreneur, resource needed. What are the resources needed? Amount of sources of capital needed. Profit expected. What is the amount of profit expected? Remember, students, so these are the key points you should remember and you should write, because valuation scheme contains these things. Next, drawing up a business plan. Once any idea comes, first idea comes in mind. Suppose a building or whatever called a dam, bridge, whatever it may be. First they made like that way. No, first actually everything does two times. I am telling everything will be done by two times because first time it will be made in mind idea. Second time it will be executed. Whatever your real projects, everything. Actually, whatever you are doing is second time. I am telling. First time you are doing in mind. Drawing of a business plan. That's a very important thing. Title of the project, table of content should be mentioned. Description of business industry, technology plan, financial plan, how much amount is required and all. Organization plans, production and operation plans, marketing distribution plans, summary, everything will be mentioned very clearly. Marshalling resources, creating the enterprise, consolidation and management. This all these things comes. Then role of entrepreneurship, economic development. First role of entrepreneurship is nothing but economic development. It is like this. For example, in a village, five people are there. Five people will become entrepreneurs. What I call five industries they open. Then what happens? That village will become a big city because economic development will be the same things. Role of entrepreneurship nothing but promotes capital formation by mobilizing the ideal saving of the public, provides immediate large scale employment, thereby reducing the unemployment problem in the country. Suppose we open a company or we open a industry, we give employment to people, so unemployment problem will be solved. Promotes a balanced regional development. Balanced regional development is very important. Suppose previously, if you observe 10 years, 20 years back, maximum out of 100, 90% engineers were going to foreign countries. Now, not like that because industries are here only. Karnataka or what we call India, our country. So it promotes a balanced regional development because work from home, lot of concepts has come. So balanced, we can achieve balanced regional development. Second one helps reduce the concentration and the economic power because what happens, reduce the concentration. So big work is I divide into small work and I give automatically my concentration has the reduce the concentration of economic power because what happens, it is like this. If you think country has to be changed, everyone has to be changed. First, you change yourself. Everything will be perfect. Same way, if you think that country has to be improved, first you improve. You become a rich. You start an industry. Automatically, economic power improves. Everything will come to the track. Stimulates the equitable redistribution of wealth, income, even a political power in the interests of the country. Yes, because once companies or whatever may be countries' growth entirely depending on what? Always remember, entirely it is depending on the main very important factor is okay wealth income of individuals because when individuals income increases, suppose one person starts a company, he makes imports exports whatever it may be, starts a own company, automatically he will develop, he will become rich, his family will become rich, he gives a lot of work to employees, other that same places people, so unemployment problem solved, they become a rich, totally that village is becoming rich, that thing will be happening. Encourage effective resource mobilization, capital and skill which otherwise would remain unauthorized ideal. Now let me tell you, some experts are there in country, they don't need to go to foreigners, we may utilize, entrepreneurship is like this way, we can utilize here itself, induces backward and forward linkage which stimulate the process of economic development of the country, promotes export trade which is an important ingredient for economic development. Next, barriers to entrepreneurship. Barriers is nothing but lack of viable concept, lack of marketing knowledge. Because marketing knowledge is very important thing. If marketing knowledge is not sufficient, they may not achieve the best result. Even though product is good, you are unable to sell their things, so you may not achieve the success. So the very important barrier is lack of market knowledge, lack of technical skills. Sometimes lack of technical skills. Okay, they may not have technically perfect stops, technically perfect experts, so they may not achieve the success. A lack of seed capital. Sometimes everything will be there, like what I call, viable concept is there, marketing knowledge is there, technical skill is there, but capital is not there. Seed as capital is very important. So everything will be waste. So very important if you start a own industry. Lack of business know, yeah. How to implement that you don't know. Lack of motivation. Sometimes they will start. Remember, out of 100, okay, 90% people, 90 percentage companies, they what they open, that will be closed because lack of motivation. They will start, but they may close that much fast because lack of motivation. Then time presence, distractions. Sometimes some problem happens. They are unable to solve that things. Legal constraints, some regulations, legally some problems. They are unable to solve it. Monopoly and protectionism, inhibition due to patents. These are some important things called barriers to entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship Development Program (EDP). It focuses on identifying entrepreneurship qualities of an individual, providing required training, preparing related projects reports, preparing the entrepreneurs to manage finance, productions, technology, marketing, infrastructure, facilities. EDP also provides knowledge to solve problems and difficult entrepreneurs. Next one, need of EDPs. Why do you need this EDP? What is EDP? Entrepreneurship Development Program. Okay, entrepreneurship development program. What is the need of that? Builds a confidence in people because it's like this. Without a training, one person will jump. With training in circus, one person will jump. Lot of differences. Without training, one person jumps. He may admit to hospital because he doesn't have any training. The training is very, very, very important. That's the necessary thing. Gives a guidance to the young. Gives technical assistance, management training consultancies. They will give that trainings and all. Challenges them to accelerate industrialization. It is helpful in growth of small scale selections. Entrepreneurship India. Okay, entrepreneurship is regards as a closely associated with economic history of India. This is traced way back to even early as Rigveda when metal handicrafts, manufacturing, cottage, and small enterprises existed in the country. It had passed through several up and downs. The important one is included in the decline of Indian handicraft industry. You can watch that things. Toward the end of 18th century, that is a good example for entrepreneurship in India. East India Company, when they came, existence, British Indians, business activities. The Swadeshi campaign for Indian manufactured goods, First World War. This is the first entrepreneurship example. Emergence of the Indian managing agency system by promoting joint stock companies. The Second World War, partition of undivided India, undertaking the planned development of entrepreneurship in the country by government India, 1947. For the purpose of encouraging entrepreneurship, the government India brought out the first industrial policy resolution in 1948. 1948, remember that. Wait, 1948 they are made, which was subsequently revised from time to time actually. The government of India, in order to promote, these things, assist and develop industries in the national interest, has taken the following three important industrial resolutions to maintain a proper distribution of economic power between private and public sectors, to encourage a rapid industrialization by moving the concept of entrepreneurship from existing centers to other cities, to disseminate the entrepreneurship. A common concentration in few dominant communities, a large number of industrial potential people to varied social background. Next, very important thing, wait. To achieve these objectives, government accorded emphasis on development of small scale industries, SSI, small scale industries in the country. Since the third five-year plan, government announced various incentives and amounts in the form of capital, technical knowledge, how to do that things, reservation of certain items for exclusive manufacturing in small scale sectors, tax concession, Yeah, tax concession is very important. Provision of infrastructural facilities. The government is providing all those things. Promotion of enterprise in the country. This has helped us. Yeah, this has helped speedy economic development in all stages in the country to get great extent has minimized regional imbalances. Regional imbalances. National Common Minimum Program. That's called NCMP. National Common Minimum Program, NCMP, describes small scale enterprise as the most employment intensive segment. At the beginning of the 10th plan, 2002 to 2003, the segment provided gainful employment to 24.9 million people in rural and urban areas of the country. Next, if you observe these things, rightly called as the segment which provides employment next only agriculture, uh, NCMP, National Common Minimum Program. The contribution of small enterprise segment to the economic development of the country is very significant. 39% of the gross manufacturing out of 34% exports of India arises from these enterprises. At a large number of entrepreneurs are facing a lot of challenges. In order to assist them to fully harness their potential by availing of the increasing opportunities generated by trade liberalization, it is necessary to not only build an enabling policy environment but also supplement to the former with a specific set of measures to address the continuing challenges. Therefore, Ministry of Micro, Small, Medium Enterprise, Government of India has announced package for promoting such enterprise in February 2007. Provide a full support in the areas of credit, technological upgradation, marketing, infrastructural upgradation in major industrial infrastructures, etc. Identification of opportunities, one of the very important thing. The opportunity to be your own boss, to implement your own ideas, to earn for himself or herself is a reason to think starting a small scale industries, SSI unit. Entrepreneur who starts their own business can be grouped into broad categories. People who know exactly what they want to do and are merely looking for opportunity or resources to do. People who want to start their own business but do not have definite ideas about what they would like to do. So, identification of opportunity is one of the very, very important things. Project identification is concerned with the collection, complications, and analysis of data for eventually purpose of locating possible opportunities for investment and with the development of character such opportunities. You see here, yeah. If you observe the drugs like additive, complementive, breakthrough, like these three kinds we can get it. Like this way, here you see here, these are all the headings, identification, these things you remember. Identification of opportunities. Next heading is project feasibility study. Project feasibility analysis is to carry out to ensure viability of projects. The importance of project feasibility study is market feasibility, technical feasibility, financial feasibility, economic feasibility, and ecological feasibility. What is market feasibility? Market feasibility is concerned with two aspects: the agreeing demand for the proposed product services, the market share of the project under consideration. For this market analysis requires variety of information, approximate forecasting methods. The kind information required is consumption trends in the past and present consumption level. That's called marketing feasibility. For example, now anybody wants to produce DVD, they will fail. But when a CD concept started, they started DVD shop, they became successful because transcend past in the present consumption levels. When a Geo came to market, it has become successful because of the analysis of past and present consumption levels. Next is past and presently supply positions also you should observe. You see, Corona, COVID-19 effect time, who started, some industries, they started masks, sanitizing, they have become successful, even fruit industries. Same way, everything is an opportunity, but the thing is, you should observe that production ratio and past and present supply position as well as past and present situations, imports, exports, structure, competitions, cost structure, all these things should be observed in market feasibility study. Cost classical these things, yeah, uh, elasticity of demands, consumer behavior, motivation, attitudes, distribution channels, all these things comes in picture. Okay, next class I'm going to explain about technical analysis. Wish you all the very best.